Welcome to the Fantasy HQ podcast, all things NRL Fantasy. Find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Your hosts, Frosty and Stevo. Welcome everyone to the Fantasy HQ podcast, all things NRL Fantasy. I'm your host Stevo and joined here by fellow co-host Frosty. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Stevo. Really enjoyed last week, getting back into the saddle and getting a few episodes out. So ready for round 2 this week.
We had a good week. 4 episodes came out and picked up a few subscribers and plenty of views. So happy days, and hopefully that continues on.
100%. Appreciate the subscribe button being hit there, team.
Absolutely. And for anyone asking, we do have an overall code for a league, which will be in the description on the video. So look that up and join our overall league. Anyway, today's potty is going to be about 10 pods under 5% owned that we think should be in consideration for your team. We'll get straight into it. And the first one we're looking at is Will Penisini. He is 4.9% owned, 416k, priced at 31. Over 70 minutes lifetime average, he averages 39, 41 average with Moses playing. So could be pretty good this season. I think the Parramatta are looking a lot stronger. There's a bit of chat that they're going to be a top 8 contender, and if they are, Penisini is going to be well in the hunt there. What's your thoughts on that, Frosty?
Yeah, 100%, mate. Agree there. A down year from last year, and like you said, that career average shows. Hopefully, it was a one-off. Looking probably at 10 points below what he'd averaged with Moses, and Eel's certainly looking to be on the up. So, centre position, as we spoke last week, is a bit of a stinker this year. So, certainly on the radar for myself.
Certainly that price, I think 416k, if he's someone that is relatively reliable, you know, if he can get that sort of 5 to 10 points of price rises, don't have a buy until round 12. Serious option.
Yeah, 100%. And centre position, you sort of want a little bit of reassurance, don't you, and consistency. Years gone by, it's a position where people can get caught out and are burning trade after trade. At least you know he is guaranteed a spot for the whole season. And like you say, 5 points at average, 7, 8 points at average, and it's probably a win with the trades you're going to save.
Definitely. Next on our list, we have Daniel Atkinson. One for you, Frosty.
Yeah, 100%. 4.7% owned. 416k priced at 31. Over 70 minutes at 5.8. He's got an average there of 39. 39 average at 5.8. So hasn't played halfback before. While playing 5.8, he did average around that 260 odd kicking meters. And Dragons paid some big money to get him from the Sharkies. You'd imagine it's going to be his team. Flanagan is finding out for the 6th jersey. Would be surprised if his dad drops him. So if that is the case, you'd imagine Kyle does some of the kicking, but I'm backing Daniel to be up around that 260 to maybe even that 300 meter mark for the kicking meters. So a nice wee base there. And at that price, could be a nice wee player there to have on the bench throughout the early rounds of the season.
It's a shame he still doesn't have the wing fullback price tag, because that would have been quite handy, actually.
Yeah, would have been massive, eh?
A little bit slim picking at the moment for the wingers, but anyway, we will move on. Next up, we have Jayden Campbell. He is 4.6% owned, priced at 766k. He's 70 minutes halfback. Last year averaged 62, so there's a little bit of money there to be made potentially. Will be his team again this year. They're very reliant on him being the superstar, and they actually have a couple extra forwards as well in the mix, so they could be a little bit stronger. Is he an option for you, Frosty?
Yeah, he wasn't at the start of the season like when I did my first draft, but engagement with some followers and subscribers throughout the last week. One of the teams that come through had him, and my response wasn't so keen on him, but I jumped online and had a look at the numbers and the history, and yeah, like you point out, he's actually with 70 minutes under his belt, because he had a couple of injury games there, has already got 5 points on what he's priced at. So that's great signs. It'll be his team again. He'll get the kicker meters. AJ Brimson's looking to be 6, I believe. So he's a run first type half. And yeah, after the wee engagement online, he's actually entered my thoughts. Whether he gets there, for me, there's plenty of great mid-range half options, which we covered in our top 20% owned video last week. So yeah, it's just combating that. I'm not sure if I can fork out the extra 300k to have him, even if it's looking like he's got 5 or 6 points of value to his name. Some of those other guys, Hughes, Moses, they look to have 10, 15 plus points to their names. So wouldn't mind it if teams have him in. I'd keep him there. Yeah, not sure myself.
I'm sure there'll be a few get him in though, because he's sort of that excitement that lots of teams want to have. So whether or not the current 4.58% people are serious players or fans, I'm not too sure. But for me, it's going to be hoping there's a little bit of a price drop before I can pick him up. Next up is his fellow teammate and Chris Randall. If you want to talk us through him, Frosty.
Yeah, so he's entered the radar because Jolliffe unfortunately has done his ACL at training, so gone for the season. So Chris Randall, I'm not sure if that news has spread far and wide yet. I'm sure this percentage will raise well above the 5% come Teamless Tuesdays for round 1. But the word is he's looking at starting lock, and when he will be well above that 487k price tag that he's got at the moment, only priced at 36. 50 average with 70 minutes at lock across 5 or 6 games. So if he can produce that, if he gets that spot, he should really be in most serious lineups. Great value, and he's also DPP, mid and hooker. So could also be your cover for your hooker role, which would be outstanding. So certainly, if you're looking to do well this year, I think Chris Randall should be in your team somewhere.
Is he in your team currently, Frosty?
He is. He was, as soon as that news hit, jumped on and had to get him in, because I remembered last year. He got a crack there at lock, and even when he was on edge, he was producing some good numbers. So when I saw that price tag, got him straight in.
Another forward for me is Angus Crichton for the Roosters, teaming up with his new recruit DCE. So I'm expecting a bit of ball to go that way, but extra attacking stats, something a little bit more like that. His lifetime average on the edge is 57. It didn't score many tries last year, but I think he's got a bit more attacking stats coming his way. And if he does, Angus is sort of one of those guys that could easily be a 750 edge for the remainder of the season. So you could be picking up someone that's basically a lock in your team all year. The only thing I'd say is whether or not he is selected for the Blues. And there's a chance they might not, given he's going to rugby. So that's the only other thing I could think of as well, is that if he is going to rugby, what's his focus like this season? I think he said he's going to be all in. He wants the championship. So if that's the case, this might be the last hurrah, and it might be 750k Angus.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, this guy is a lifetime fantasy gun. Proven year in, year out against someone who had a bit of a down year last year. But that's always great news for us fantasy players. So there's those mid-rangers out there. McEwen at the Knights, Dave Fafita. But as we spoke last week, Dave Fafita could be absolutely anything. Named to start and subbed after 50 minutes. And you could have Angus Crichton for not too much more. Rugby does concern me a little bit, but Roosters are still trying to win a title, and I can't see them being a little bit petty and giving him 55, 60 minutes purely because of that. So, again, if you're looking for more stability, you don't want to take those rolls of the dice with the pack of a Fafita or a co. When minutes are a bit of a question mark, he's someone again who should be 80 minutes locked and loaded. So one to think about.
Moving across town to down south is the Bunnies here with Cody Walker.
Yeah, Cody Walker. Just talking about day for feeder, that left edge of the Bunnies looks lethal. And even without a day for feeder, and a fit one at that, how good has the Bunnies left edge been for years and years? Again, another down year and a massive down year for this guy. In 80 minutes or 70 plus minutes, only averaged in the 20s, high 20s, around that 26, 28 mark. The year before, he averaged 38 and 25, and in 24, he averaged 45. So, I mean, it can't be a world where he's going to drop down to a 20 average. There's that bounce back factor for this guy. And we spoke about mid ranges before. There are plenty of good ones in around that 500 to 600k mark. But if you're looking for real value, a bargain half, this guy could be it. I mean, it's a bit of a roll of the dice. Has entered my mind, but whether I'm that risky this year, I'm not sure. Has he entered your mind at all, Stevo, or staying well clear of Cody with an aging body?
Yeah, the aging body I don't like, but then I haven't actually thought about it too much that Fafita and Latrell are going to be there right next to him. So,
yeah,
given that's happening, I guess it's Johnson or Munro, whoever's fit on the wing there.
Yeah,
That's a pretty lethal edge, like you say. So, wouldn't surprise me that all their attack goes his way anyway. So you'd have to think at least that sort of predicted here. We see 37 on screen. There's already sort of a 10-point margin just in predicted from on the app. So, I mean, it looks like easy money at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if he doesn't give you at least 10 points there, 35 to 37, something's going to go horribly wrong at the Bunny. So will be one to watch. If he's not on my team, I'll certainly be watching week to week to see how much money I miss out on.
Yeah, if you think about him versus a Sanders,
yeah,
that's actually got my head turning a little bit because Sanders is sort of someone that everyone's thinking, oh yeah, he's a cheapie, he's a must have when you bench or something like that. But nah, Cody Walker could be the one, could be his year.
Yeah.
Next up for me, we have Wade Egan, Warriors hero here, 3.3% owned, priced at 584k. The main issue with Wade is just purely his, can he play 80 minutes? Does he stay healthy? I think if he was playing 80 minutes and they were going without a hooker on the bench and he was healthy, he's got easy value there. So I do like the look of Egan, especially comparing him to someone like a Marnie or a Robson. He's sort of in that similar price range, and in years past, Egan's got potential to go big. With no buy until round 10, you've basically got a free look, and if he gets injured, you're able to move on there. But he's definitely in my equation. How about you?
Yeah, Hooker's a funny one this year, eh? Out of the gates, early doors, the first couple of weeks, everyone's looking at those cheaper guys. Reed up at the Cowboys at about 380k. There's Bailey Hayward at the Dogs, who's taken a starting spot and around that same price. But both those guys are looking to have hookers on the bench. Simpkins has started to get a wee traction when it comes to ownership as well. Manly have signed Zach Docker-Clay, and he showed a little bit at the Roosters, so I'd be very surprised not to see him on the bench, pinching 15 to 20 minutes at least off Simpkins. I would be much preferring Wade Egan at 80k more than Simpkins. Because, my mind the last couple of days, I'm actually weighing up, do I just lock in a Harry Grant, that 80 minutes hooker consistency? We've spoken about that a little bit with a couple of these pods. But that 80-minute role at hooker this year looks like absolute gold. And so if I don't go Grant, save a little bit of money, Egan would be my guy. So he's certainly there or thereabouts. And if Warriors don't name a hooker, he would be 70 to 80% chance of being in my final team, I think.
I don't mind it at all. Right, next we have, returning from injury, Tom Flegler.
Yeah, so Tommy Flegler moved over from the Broncos last season, and look the good. What do you have? 40 plus minutes across 4 games, I think it was. Averaged 54. So hasn't really entered my radar early doors because, again, that serious injury that kept him out for almost 2 years and almost ended his career. I just thought, no, absolute no-go. They'll really ease him in. But he has been past fully fit over the last fortnight. So there's still a month left to go until we rip in. I'll certainly be tuning into Dolphins trials and seeing if he gets minutes and how he looks in those minutes. Does he play both trials? Is he rested? Is he starting? Gets 20 minutes with the starters? All that sort of stuff. High on my priority list, because if he does get that and he looks to be getting at least 40, 45 minutes, looks like some real value early doors being priced at only 37 at the moment at that 500k mark. So, excited by the prospects. What about yourself there, Stevo?
Yeah, he does have me excited, actually. I was looking through this, I saw him, I was like, shit, he could be a 50-point scorer here.
Yeah.
They've got a really good team too, the Dolphins. I'm expecting big things. So it's all health dependent with them at the moment. I think if they stay healthy, a few of these forwards get their tails up with their backline they have as well. So, I think he's a serious option. One that we might need to discuss when we go through our picking our team.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, next for me is the wet hair man himself, Nicholas Hynes. Priced at 700k, and he is only 2.7% owned. He's priced at 52. He averaged 55 last year. In 2024, he averaged 66. And if he could get anything back to what he was in 2024, he would almost be a lock in my team. I know there's the talk about Trindle and the two of them and how they play together, and that's why he's gone downhill a little bit in terms of fantasy output. But there's something just with the 700k price tag that I think, what if he is just going to be that, Nicho Hynes again and average that mid-60s, and we've all missed a trick. So, man, 700k, if you saw that start of last season, you jump on it probably.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he was priced at for round 1, but 700k and only 2.7% owned. That's what has me a little bit stunned at the moment. But yeah, what's your thoughts there, Frost?
Yeah, I mean, the great question is that combination. And I mean, he just seriously lacks confidence, this guy, doesn't he? And if he can find that coming off another preseason and just demands a little bit of that, more of that ball, and is a little bit more dominant and leads that team round, kicking meters gets up. I mean, he only needs like another 80 kicking meters, 90. Just lift that base a little bit more confidence to be running it more, getting those attacking stats. I would love to see him back at that 63, 64 average. I do think, for the most part, probably got a couple of weeks to see him. And I think that 2.7% will be there purely because this year you've got the likes of those Hughes, Moses. There's 4 or 5 of the mid-ranges that people will be jumping on board of instead.
Yeah, he is a safer option, those mid-ranges, the likes of even Hughes, but likes of Moses, Brown. But the only problem is Moses could average the same as him, and he's a good water change cheaper. So
yeah,
he's in consideration for me, that's for sure. And last on our list, you have Ruben Cotter, 2.2% owned.
Yeah, 569k, priced at 42. Had a 45 average of 25. So there's a couple of these guys, for whatever reason, have been priced 3, 4, 5 points below the average last year. And I mean, as fantasy coaches, you take that any wee piece of value straight out the gates, you jump on. And, a couple of these guys have had down years. Crichton, he's another one. Cotter's in the same boat. Cowboys struggled away, inconsistent. But 2024, when they're going better in 65 minutes, Cotter found himself averaging 54. So, there's 12, 13 points average there. And he hasn't been in my team at all so far, but certainly has been in my thoughts. purely because I do back this guy to get back to playing some good footy, and certainly wouldn't be surprised to see him averaging in the mid-50s, getting that mid-60 mark when it comes to minutes. What about yourself here, Stevo? Any interest?
I do think he's got at least 5 points of value in him. So whether or not I go with him, I think it's similar to Nicho. It's sort of one that we can look at for the first week, see how he does play, and see what the rotations are in round one footy. So, but he's someone that could very quickly make your way into the team because he's got potential of 200k up his sleeve. So don't mind him, and love the way he plays. So that rounds out our 10 pods that we have that are under 5%. Now I just want to rattle off a couple more that sort of, just to quickly mention, but Hudson Young, he's also under 5%, 766k. Whether or not he can keep doing what he did last year, I'm not too sure. AFB, his first season at Sharks, he's priced at 661k, only 4% owned. But we know
McInnes out early doors too.
So he could be playing big minutes, and he's someone that could easily put on 100k there. Tommy Turbo, we don't know how it's going to go, but it could go better with Fogarty in the team, driving that ship around. So Tommy Turbo is only 2.1% owned, 600k. Not many good wing fullback options, so he's one to consider. And then a couple of halves. Lockie Galvin, 1.72% owned, 535k, with a full preseason under his belt. So I'm expecting him to take a leap. Sandon Smith, if he gets the starting half role at the Knights, playing alongside Dylan Brown, he's going to be the dominant half there in terms of kicking and driving that ship. So it'll be sort of him and Ponga doing majority of the kicking. And at 1.5% owned, only 440k, he's an option for me as well.
Massive,
so there's a couple there, but any of those take your interest?
Yeah, I'll certainly be watching the Knights halves combination. If Sandon Smith's there, I almost certainly will get him. I guess that risk in the background is Knights come out the gate slow, lose the first couple, as he acts in his new combination. Does Sharp come in, Dylan Brown to halfback. Turbo, a little bit of interest there. If that guy could get through a season, that would be fantastic. Because wing fullback's a bit of a head scratcher alongside the centres at the moment. But I'll be probably dipping in a bit more to the sort of top 10 we had earlier on, to be fair.
Very good. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching this video on the Fantasy HQ podcast, all things NRL Fantasy. We hope you subscribe, and if you want to follow along our league for our overall, join the code which is in the description. So thanks everyone, and thank you, Frosty.
Cheers, Stevo.
We appreciate your support for the Fantasy HQ podcast, all things NRL Fantasy. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify and Facebook, and most importantly, thanks for watching.